Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Mr. Bodehas, your online math teacher. In today's video, you will learn the center radius form versus the general form of an equation of a circle. Let's start. First is the center radius form of an equation of a circle. It is the equation of a circle in the form of the square of x minus h plus the square of y minus k is equal to the square of r, where h and k is the center of the circle and r is the radius of the circle. For example of a center radius form is the square of x minus 1 plus the square of y minus 2 is equal to the square of 2, where the value of h and k is at 1, 2, and the value of r is 2, or the radius. Next is the general form of an equation of a circle. It is the equation of a circle in the form of ax squared plus by squared plus cx plus dy plus e is equal to 0, where a, b, c, d, and e are all real numbers, and a, b are non-zero integers. For example of the general form of an equation of a circle is this. We have two general form here. How to convert general form to center radius form? To convert general form to center radius form, we need to follow these three simple steps. First, group terms with similar variables and isolate the constant on one side of the equation. Second, perform the method of completing the square. Take note that to complete the square, we need to add each group by the square of b over 2a. Third, express the equation in the form of square of x minus h plus the square of y minus k is equal to the square of r, where h, k, and r are real numbers. For example, convert x squared plus y squared plus 2x minus 2y minus 2 is equal to 0 to center radius form. This is the general form and we need to convert it into center radius form. To obtain the center radius form of this general equation, we need to follow these steps. First, group terms with similar variables and isolate the constant on one side of the equation. Here I have two colors. The first color is our first group, which has the variable x. They both have the same variable, which is x. And for the second color, which is the variable of y, that's another group. Then since negative 2 is a constant, we need to isolate that to the other side of the equation. That is why it becomes positive 2 here. We have x squared plus 2x plus y squared minus 2y is equal to 2. Then perform the method of completing the square by adding each group by the square of b over 2a. For the first group, x squared plus 2x, we have this. We are adding 2 over 2 because our b is 2. And our a here is just 1. So 2 times 1 is just 2. That is why our denominator is 2. Then 2 divided by 2 is 1. And 1 squared is 1. So I have here x squared plus 2x plus 1 for this group. This is already simplified. Then y squared minus 2y for the second group. Adding square of b over 2a, we have, since our b is negative, that is why we have negative 2 over 2. And our a in this group is just 1, so 2 times 1 is just 2. Negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. Negative 1 squared is positive 1. Now, on the other side, we already have our 2 as our constant. And we need to add what we've added on the left side. We also have to do that to the right side. Since we've added 2 over 2 squared and negative 2 over 2 squared, we also have to add that one to the right side so that it will be balanced. And the simplification for this is just 1 and the other is also 1. So we have now 2 plus 1 which is equal to 4. Then express the equation in the form square of x minus h plus the square of y minus k is equal to the square of r. From the previous slide, we have this. And again, 2 plus 1 is 4. And 4 can be written as 2 squared. That is the exponential form of number 4. Now, x squared plus 2x plus 1, since we've undergo completing the square, we are sure that this is a perfect square trinomial. And therefore, we can factor that. The factor of x squared plus 2x plus 1 is x plus 1 squared. And the factor for y squared minus 2y plus 1 is the square of y minus 1. Therefore, the equation of the center radius form is x plus 1 squared plus y minus 1 squared is equal to 4. In this equation, we can easily identify what is the center and what is the radius. The center here is at negative 1, positive 1, and the radius is 2. Next is converting center radius form to general form. This is very easy because we will just follow 2 simple steps. First, we are going to expand the square of the binomials. And second, combine the constants and arrange the terms following the form ax squared plus by squared plus cx plus dy plus e is equal to 0. Okay, for example, convert the square of x plus 1 plus the square of y minus 2 is equal to the square of 3 to general form. First, expand the square of the binomials. We have 2 squares or 2 binomials. We have x plus 1 and y minus 2. Now, to expand this, I already discussed this in my previous video on how to expand binomials. First, okay, is we are going to take the square of the first term. Then second step is twice the product of the first and the last term. And lastly, we have the square of the last term. The expansion of the square of x plus 1, therefore, is x squared plus 2x plus 1. And the same process here, y minus 2 squared, the expansion is y squared minus 4y plus 4. And 3 squared is just 3 times 3, we have 9. So this is already the expansion of the square of the binomials. Second, we are going now to combine the constants and arrange the terms following the format ax squared plus by squared plus cx plus dy plus e is equal to 0, which is the general form. So from here, we have x squared, then y squared, 2x minus 4y, then plus 1 plus 4. Transpose this positive 9 to the left side, it becomes negative 9. Then equate it to 0. Simplify, just copy. Then 1 plus 4 is 5, and 5 minus 9 is negative 4. Therefore, the equation in general form is x squared plus y squared plus 2x minus 4y minus 4 is equal to 0. Next is the degenerate cases. Given the center radius form of the equation, if the radius r satisfies the following, there are three cases. First, if r squared or the radius squared is greater than 0, then the graph of this circle or the graph of this equation is a circle. If r squared is equal to 0, then the graph is just a point. If r squared is less than 0, then the equation has no graph, or that is not a circle. For example, the graph of the equation square of x plus 1 plus the square of y plus 5 is equal to 25. R squared there is 25. And since 25 is greater than 0, therefore, the graph of this equation is a circle. Next, the graph of the equation square of x minus 1 plus the square of y plus 1 is equal to 0. R squared is equal to 0. Therefore, the graph of this equation is just a point, not a circle. Lastly, we have the equation square of x minus 4 plus the square of y plus 1 is equal to negative 9. This is no graph, or the equation has no graph because r squared is negative 9. And negative 9 is less than 0. Therefore, the equation has no graph, or that is not a circle nor a point. That's all for today. Now, I want you to answer these two problems under individual practice. First is write the equation x squared plus y squared plus 4x minus 4y plus 7 is equal to 0 to center radius form. Second, determine the center and radius of the circle represented by the equation 2x squared plus 2y squared minus 20x minus 24y plus 72 is equal to 0. Please comment your answers below so that I can check if your answers are correct. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching.